Hey everybody, it's Donald here with Hidden Path Human Design, and today I just wanted to make a video describing what is the human design system, and what can it help you do with your life. Um, you know, all right. So this is just a beginner's guide to help you understand your unique blueprint. So why use the human design system? Well, we're all trying to make sense out of our life. It's not like we come into the world with a product manual being handed to us or to our parents. So, you're kind of just trying to go through life and we try to copy each other. But, that's one way of doing things, but it can lead you down the wrong path a lot of the times. Human design actually provides you a roadmap of who you came here to be. So I personally believe that we choose before coming or incarnating on the planet who we would like to be so that we can live the life and have the experiences that we wanted to experience. Human design is an experiment. Your self-perception will evolve over your lifetime. It takes about 50 years to actually work all this stuff together. So, like anything in life, it's a process. And so we tend to mentally judge the experiences we're having, and this can lead to a lot of pain and suffering. So, human design helps you navigate with those things. So, what is human design? Well, it's a self awareness tool that combines ancient wisdom with modern science. It merges astrology, the I Ching, the Kabbalah, the nine chakras, and quantum physics, all rolled up into one universalized system. It gives you a body graph, and the body graph is calculated using your birth time, the date, and the location. And it takes about 7 years to decondition, so which we'll talk about later on. But basically, that's what human design is in a nutshell. All right, so what is the body graph? The body graph is a chart that shows you the mechanics of what is defined and what isn't defined. Over here is an example of a body graph chart. It's got the 9 centers, and it's got a bunch of lines connecting all the centers. Now, these will be filled in either by red or black gates. When two gates meet each other, they form a channel, and they define those energy centers. The red lines are what has been genetically inherited to you when you were born, and the black lines are our personality. It's kind of like your soul or your spirit, and the marriage of these two things kind of makes up who you are. The type determines your decision making, signposts, and interaction style. And based on your definition, so what centers you have filled out and what you don't have filled out, it gives you your decision making and what type you are. So there's in human design there are 5 types. There's generators, manifesting generators, reflectors, manifestors, and projectors, and they each have a different design. I have other videos on my channel if you want to watch those about the specific types. It also gives you an authority that affirms what decisions are correct for you. And all the body graph is really doing is comparing what is defined versus what is undefined, because it's all about comparing and contrasting. So, like, What's defined in your chart is who you are, and what's undefined is where you're gaining wisdom and learning in the lifetime. So there's 26 activations total between the black and the red, 13 each, and this will give you some sort of definition in your chart, even if the definition doesn't define any of the centers. So who is the man behind the system? Born Robert Allen Krakauer, he became Ra Uru Hu. He had a mystical experience in 1987 that lasted 8 days and nights. He received the human design system as a transmission over that period from what he described or called the voice. He spent his life after teaching, refining, and distributing the system to as many people as he could. Sadly, he passed away in 2011, but left us with the impact of this human design system, which is still going strong and being spread out by many other human design people across the world, which is pretty awesome. So why would you want to experiment with human design? Well, human design is not a belief system. It's not a religion. It has no laws. It's not a cult, as you may have heard. It's just an experiment. It gives you some direction in an already confusing world. Direction on how to find yourself. It gives you an opportunity to see yourself and others in a different way. Being content as yourself can bring a sense of joy into your life. And observing your life allows it to kind of unfold in a magical way. Some of the benefits from using the human design system is you're able to differentiate yourself from others, but in a healthy way, rather than a judgmental way, which sometimes we view other people. Sometimes we say, oh, this person has that or this, and then you want that or this, so you strive for it, but maybe it's not correct for you to have those things or do those things that the other people are doing. So it takes you out of the judgment process and allows you to focus on yourself. It validates how you experience and take in information in the world. So it tells you who you are and what's going on, and you can experiment with the information and it'll either resonate with you or it won't. The system is very self-empowering and allows you to align with your true self so you can be unapologetically yourself. It's almost like it gives you the keys to the kingdom of just how to navigate the world that you're in your life, so that you can just move forward with the least amount of resistance and have the most joyful experience. It helps you by making better decisions, and better decisions, the more you can make, statistically, it means the better life you'll have. And it also raises your compassion for not only for yourself, but for others, and greatly improves the relationship dynamics in your life. So a lot of people in human design talk about deconditioning, but it's also reframing what that conditioning means to you. We're all designed with openness, so we're all taking in conditioning of some level throughout our lives. So awareness of where we're conditioned is what the human design system provides, and it allows you to reframe your story in life. Conditioning is normal, and it's based on the beliefs that we choose to accept and keep as concepts for ourselves. These beliefs create a self-concept about who we think we are. Well, ideally, the mind is actually here to watch or measure the movie of the life. And deconditioning is a process that occurs over time. So what a lot of people do is they use their mind to make decisions, but human design gives you a different way of making decisions. Because your mind can say like, oh, I want to go and have a relationship with that person. And you may spend a lot of time trying and initiating that to happen, but maybe you're not designed to initiate. So it ends up by causing you a lot of frustration or anger, or disappointment or bitterness. And human design kind of, instead of pushing down paths that you don't need to push down, it gives you a way to push down the paths that are correct for you, and that you'll be flowing like a more of a river does, rather than a salmon that swims upstream for most of your life. So human design is the hidden path to unconditional love. It shifts the mindset from judging things and others to an awareness of things and others, and allows you to say like, oh, well, what do I prefer? What don't I prefer in my life? And it's not about, saying something is good or bad. There's this isness that starts to come as you start to decondition. And the awareness reduces the resistance in your life, and it allows you to create this compassionate space, not only for yourself, but also others. And it's only through self-awareness, I've found personally, that you can truly love yourself. Because, for the long, over 40 years myself, I didn't know who I was really. I was just kind of living in my mind and what other people told me. And I really didn't have a map of myself. So a lot of mental decisions were made, a lot of choices. I was frustrated a lot of the time, and I didn't like where I was in life. But the human design system has allowed me to, over the past couple years, to just let all that go and just be aware and start making decisions for myself. What do I like in my life, and what do I prefer and what I don't prefer? And one thing you learn in human design is that we all seem like, all of the types, no matter what type you are, we all seem to need each other in some way or another to make sense of the world. So it's, you can start seeing life as a bit of a game, like, who do I fit with and who are my people? And you can find more aligned people that will also make, your life good, and it will also make their life good, because you'll be filling those gaps for them as well. And the radical truth that I found out just a couple of years ago as well is that you cannot truly love somebody else until you've mastered loving yourself first. And I think this is forgotten a lot, because, a lot of people talk about unconditional love, but unconditional love is actually like you have no conditions to loving the other person, because you know who they are and you know who you are. And it's not about what they did to you or what you did to them, because then you're going into a more conditional love place. But just understanding like, oh, I didn't prefer it when you did that to me, so I'm going to go off in this new direction, or vice versa. And, it's not about, going scorched earth on people, which I've seen people do in my life, as anyone has. It's about, going forward in life with a little bit of understanding and awareness that we're all a bit different. We all have our own little quirks, and we don't have to label ourselves if we don't want to. So that was my little blurb about what the human design system is. If you want to work with me, I offer foundational human design readings. It covers your type, your strategy, authority, and other key aspects of your design that'll help you move into this space with more understanding and awareness. Details are going to be in the video description below. And remember, if you like this video, to like it, share it, and subscribe for more videos. Thanks.